Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Milan Boys podcast. If you're a new listener, you can follow us on all major platforms and listen to our podcast every Tuesday, every week to hear our takes. I'm here as usual with Affe. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Man, what a week it has been. Sometimes I just want to ask God, why? Why does it have to come to the last game? Why couldn't we just end it against Cagliari? But it's Milan, we got to keep it spicy. It all depends on the game on Sunday against Atalanta. Our season depends on it if we will get top four. I mean, the ball is in our hands right now. If we don't get top four, we literally gave Juve the top four spot.
Yeah.
But we will talk more about this and the outcome if we don't go to the Champions League, what will happen, and stuff like that. But we can start with the 7-0 demolish against Torino, which was kind of rare to see. I think it's the highest scoring Serie A game, right, this season.
This season.
Yeah.
And,
what were you going to say?
And one of our highest goals scoring games ever.
That's
away,
sick.
away. There was one game like 50 years ago that we scored 8-0 away, but
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I just wish that we spared a few goals against Cagliari, and that we could have saved some of those goals. And because winning 7-0 and the next game and 0-0, it's a big difference. But Torino, they had their B team against us. So I mean, it wasn't expected, but it was nice to see. It's always nice to see your team demolish any team, and we got to see that Rebic with a hat trick. But we can start with the lineup. What did you think about the lineup against Torino?
We played the same lineup like against Juventus, but Castillejo instead of Salamaker, because Salamaker was on 5 yellows, so he was suspended this game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
First half we scored 2 goals, but it was really the second half that things really took a turn and we won 7-0. And with Rebic scoring a hat trick in like 12 minutes.
Yeah, he came. No, he was starting.
But those 12 minutes he scored, or 13 minutes.
He went out after his hat trick, and Mandzukic came in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the lineup either. Salamakers couldn't play, so Castillejo played against. This was the lineup against you. It worked against them. It really worked against Torino. Yeah, I mean, it was a demolish.
And just like the Juve game, this was on the away game as well. So we stayed in the same city and scored 10 goals in 4 days in Torino.
Yeah. I mean, Milan conquered Torino in just a couple of days. 10 goals. That's crazy. Who did you think was the? You want to talk about the goals or any goal that you thought specifically were
I think both
better?
of Theo Hernandez's goals were easily the best goals of the games.
Yeah, I thought that too.
The first goal and
the first goal was a shot outside of the box, and the second was a chip. If I remember, he chipped the goalkeeper.
He ran, and then he chipped the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Kessie got a penalty goal, and Diaz scored one. Then Rebic scored a hat trick at the end.
And who was your best player for the
man of the match? Has to be Rebic for the hat trick. So, I mean, if you score a hat trick, you have to be man of the match.
Yeah, that's like automatically. Yeah, I think of course he's the man of the match, and I thought also Kessie was good. I mean, everybody was good.
I mean, we won 7-0, so of course no one was bad.
Yeah, maybe like
subs
or like Castillejo didn't do much.
Yeah, he didn't. He was not. Every attacker was involved in some of the goals, but he was
Also,
involved in the penalty. But
who?
Casilla, he was fouled
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
penalty,
yeah.
but he
And
should have
also
scored
remember,
before.
I remember another Hakan. He almost made a blunder in front of
Oh
Donnarumma.
yeah, in the first half.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say like Castillejo and Hakan if I could pick one.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean it was a good game. It was a good game to watch as a Milan supporter. I mean, there's not much else to say about this game.
We were
7
playing
nil.
against Torino's second team, as you said, because they were resting. The coach decided to rest their A team for the Spezia game, which they ended up losing 4-1. So Torino might get relegated this season. We will
Yeah,
see.
I hope they do get
Mm.
relegated.
So Belotti will finally leave that club.
Yeah, maybe we can get Belotti on a bargain
Mm.
if they get relegated. But let's see. Anyway, let's talk about the negative game. The game I don't even want to talk about, to be honest. I mean, what the hell was that? It was a game that we were like, if we would have won that game, we wouldn't even be stressing against Atalanta. It will be all cool. We will be celebrating right now. We will talk about who shall we buy to play for the Champions League next season. But 0-0.
Mm.
And
We only needed one goal to qualify for the Champions League.
yeah,
Just one
only
goal.
one goal. And I mean, 21 shots on target, 21 shots and only 2 on target, something like that.
Mm.
We're not clinical enough. Of course, I don't know, Cagliari, they can technically, they could have get relegated before the game, but it's a long shot.
No. Just before the game, I think it was Benevento or I have to check. One team lost, so
So they're 100%.
they were 100% safe.
And I also heard that the Cagliari players were celebrating a couple of days before when Benevento lost.
I think it was the same day, just in the morning. A game ended 1-1, so that meant that Cagliari was safe no matter what.
Yeah, but that I heard something that some of the Cagliari players took a few beers or something like that before the game, not like an hour before the game, but during the day to celebrate that they didn't get relegated, and they didn't have anything to play for. We did have everything to play for, but maybe that's one of the reasons, like they didn't have enough. They didn't have any stress or anything, so they played comfortable. And there were also a few times during the game that they were close to scoring, and Donnarumma saved us. I think they had the more dangerous attacks. I mean,
They
we
are
attacked
really,
more.
yeah, but they are really defensive team. They were
Yeah,
like parking the
really
bus
defensive.
with
They were
12
parking the
players,
bus crazy. Like Mourinho would be proud
and they
seeing
were,
Cagliari like that.
yeah, and they wanted on 0-0. They wanted the fight. They were fighting for the 1 point. They were not even trying to score a goal.
Yeah,
They were defending the whole game.
yeah.
But that's what type of team they are. If you check all the other games they have played, they drew against Napoli and Fiorentina 0-0.
Yeah, maybe that's why they are where they are on the table. Playing like this won't get you anywhere. After the game, I mean, during the game also, seeing the Cagliari playing like that, parking the bus and everything, kind of, I wish they would have got relegated because of that, but hopefully next season. Assholes. Yeah, I mean, what did you think about the lineup against?
We played with the same lineup again. I mean, ever since the Juventus game, Pioli's gonna play with this exact same lineup.
Yeah, when something works, he
yeah.
wants to keep going.
Salamaker started instead of Casey because he was back from his suspension. And yeah, in the same lineup and exactly the same subs as well, like
But
the Torino game.
yeah, like the Torino game. But some of the subs were kind of off for me.
Mm.
Like, I don't. Why did Alexis get taken off?
Why did he bring in Casey and Mandzukic? Why didn't Hauge or
Yeah,
Tonali
he
play?
brought
I don't know.
in Mandzukic to score, a player that hasn't even scored a single goal for us.
Yeah, and Casey, we saw in the game, he got all the chances against Cagliari and he missed all of them.
Yeah,
But I don't understand. Hauge and Tonali did not come in, or just weird. Ever since the last game Hauge played was against Sampdoria, where he came in and scored a goal and made us got that 1 point against Sampdoria. But ever since
mm,
that game, he hasn't even played one single minute.
yeah, it's crazy. Uh, who did you? Which players did you think that they weren't playing very good?
There was a lot of players that had a bad game. Uh, Diaz, who was good against Torino Juventus, had a bad game this game.
Yeah, Diaz was horrible.
Rebic, I mean, most of the players weren't as good as they were previously.
Yeah, he wasn't. He
Uh,
wasn't. He was useless in the final third of the
mm.
game.
But
And
but Liao, I think he was lively at least when he came in. He was trying.
Milan looked better when Liao came in.
Yeah, and Dalot, he made at least try to make crosses. Some of them
Yeah,
were
he was
good
also good.
crosses. But other Mate, horrible, Mandzukic, he came in minute
Mate,
89, but
after this
Cas-
game, I don't even want to see Mate
and
in a Milan shirt again.
yeah, and Castillo just like always does nothing.
And
I think
Mandzukic
Tonali
didn't
and
do
Hauge
anything.
should have been. I rather have Maldini come in than Mandzukic, Daniel Maldini. I
Yeah,
mean,
Mandzukic didn't do anything.
yeah,
Um,
he has not done a single thing since he joined, so I don't know why he's subbing him in always.
but there's one thing, like, who's your flop of the match, if you could pick one?
Has to be the coach. If I can choose the coach, it has to be Pioli.
Mm, because of the subs.
Subs and I mean how we went in the tactics and all that, and even
Mm.
what he said after the game, his press conference.
Yeah, we will talk about that after this the Cagliari
Mm.
game. We will talk about his comments. But so you pick Pioli.
Mm.
And my flop of the match would be Hakan Çalhanoğlu, I think.
Mm.
Terrible. I mean, how many free kicks did he get? And I
Yeah.
remember the commentator saying Milan has the best free kick, one of the best free kick takers in the world.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago. Ever since he joined,
How many times do they? How long can this stat hold? I mean,
mm.
he's not that good.
He was one of the greatest in the Bundesliga, but since he joined Serie A,
Yeah, maybe they have shit goalkeepers, but here he doesn't do anything with his free kicks, and we saw that against Cagliari. How many times did he right into the wall? He hit the free
mm.
kicks, and he was also terrible. I mean, everything from his distribution and his dribbles.
And
He
just
was
like who was it, Benzema, who said he's playing against us, maybe Hakan is playing against Milan.
because he's
He
linked to
wants to,
Juventus.
yeah, he rather have
Yeah,
Juventus. He want
he
to
was
play the
playing.
Champions League with Juventus next season.
Yeah, he was playing like he wants Juventus in the Champions League, so he can play the Champions League for Juventus next season.
Just like the previous game against Torino, where he tried to pass the ball back and Torino almost scored.
I mean,
Sounds
if it,
suspicious.
yeah, if it's true, even if it's true that he's thinking about Juventus, he can fuck off. I don't care about him anymore. I mean, he's too inconsistent. Anyways, we can't rely on a player like him. Sometimes he has a good game, and sometimes he's horrible. That's not a player that we can, win titles with. So he can go to Juventus and do these kinds of performances for them. For me, I'm feeling that way about him after this game.
One good thing was that we got our 4 clean sheet in a row. and since Benevento, Juventus, Torino, and now,
and that was
scored a single goal.
And that was thanks to Donnarumma, to be honest.
Yeah, this game.
Yeah, the Cagliari game. That was thanks to Donnarumma. They had a few opportunities where they could have scored, but he saved us.
Mm.
So I think my man of the match goes to him in our team. Who do you pick?
It's hard to pick a man of the match this game.
I think Donnarumma, he did his job. Even if he wasn't active as much because they weren't attacking.
I will pick Kier. I think Kier was our best player. Now he was the best defender. He won all the duels in the air.
Yeah, I thought also Calabria wasn't bad either.
But he was subbed off for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, man. I mean, it all comes to the last game. It all depends on the Atalanta game now on Sunday. We have to watch that game together. It's like a final. Yeah. But one thing is, Atalanta has a Coppa Italia final tomorrow. And
they are already in the Champions League, so
they are already in the Champions League. Do you think Atalanta can come and play with us with their B team?
They might.
They might do it because, to be honest, if they already have a Champions League, let's say they win the Coppa Italia final, the players gonna celebrate, and they're gonna be tired. But do they really want to win against us? Like, do they want to try and win against us? I don't know, because yes, they can be top 4. They can be in 4th place if we win against them, and Napoli or Juventus win. They will be 4th in the table. So maybe they will play for that.
They will play to try to win, but it's not as important as the Juventus game or that.
Yeah, exactly. I hope it's not that important for their coach and their players, for them to play like Atalanta usually does. And I just hope that this Coppa Italia final tomorrow will really tire and hopefully injure some of their players. So when they play with us, they won't have a full squad. And I hope they celebrate, they win. I really hope Atalanta wins the Coppa Italia final tomorrow. And their players, I hope that they celebrate like crazy and drink a lot of beers so they can be hungover when they play against us. But we'll see what kind of lineup they will have. We're not usually good against Atalanta. That's what frightens me. And
this Serie A season is so tight. Other than Inter, the 2nd place to the 5th place, just 3 points difference. We could, after the Atalanta game, we could end up 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th.
Yeah.
We could end up every in all those 4 positions.
From being 1st in the league to ending up being 6th. But we can talk more about this later on. But the Pioli comments after the Cagliari game, where he said it's not a total failure.
Yeah.
If we end up being 5th, because we have a team for the future. We have the foundation for the team. What I personally think, I don't think this means a lot. If people are mad at his comments, I don't think people should be mad at his comments because obviously I don't think Pioli thinks that way. Of course, it's a failure if we don't get top four. I think he's just saying stuff like this before the Atalanta game to ease off the pressure. I don't think he feels that because if he would have come out and said the Atlanta game is a must win. It's a final. I mean, imagine the pressure on some of these players that are not experienced enough to have that much pressure. They're not all of them are Zlatan. There's some of them are very young and they can get easily, you know, have a lot of pressure on them and not perform. We just saw the pressure against Cagliari. It was a lot of pressure and they didn't perform. So I don't really mind the comments. But what did you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this Atlanta game is um, it's important for her Pioli's future. You know, if we win, if we lose or draw, he should leave. I think
Yeah, yeah, I agree. If we,
even if you lose and draw, but we still qualify, I think he should still, you know, get sacked.
I couple of weeks ago, I would have said no. Because we had this discussion where we were talking about Pioli and I think if we I said if we get top four, he should stay. But if it comes to that we draw or lose, and the faith in for our Champions League spot lies on the hands of the Napoli Hellas Verona game or the Juventus Bologna game, and some of those teams fuck up, and we get Champions League because of their fuck up. Then I also think Pioli should leave because then it was just pure luck. But if we can beat Atlanta, I think he should stay and he should have a lot of reinforcements in the summer. But it all depends on the. I mean, Pioli's future depends on it. Donnarumma's future with Milan depends on this game. I don't think Donnarumma will stay if we don't get top four. And there's a lot of players, a lot of money also that can be lost if we don't get top four. I mean, it's funny how quick things can change with just a matter of a week. I mean, we thought we won against Juventus, and the tables turned. Suddenly, we were favorites to be in the top four. Then we won against Torino, still favorites, and now drew against Cagliari, and now suddenly we're not the favorites to be in the top four.
But the difference is Milan and Napoli have the fate in their hands. They only have to win to qualify. Juventus, even if they win, they have to wish
Exactly.
that other teams lose points.
Yeah, Juventus' fate is in the Napoli and Milan game. And if we compare the two games, Napoli
we
has
have the toughest game.
We have the toughest game, and Napoli, they're gonna play against Verona, which they don't have anything to play for. And Napoli, I mean, they have been playing good recently. And I mean, god damn it, Juventus, they won against Inter. That fucked it up for us.
If Juventus hadn't scored that last goal,
that last penalty,
we would have been in the Champions League right now.
Yeah,
it would have been official.
I mean, even Inter. God damn it! I hate him. Even I thought it was impossible for me to hate them more, but I don't know. Couldn't even draw against this horrible Juventus. We won against them 3-0, and they lost. Yeah, I mean that last penalty, it messed it up for us. Yeah, and Juventus also have a very easy game. I think the Juventus will 100% win that game. It's against Bologna.
But Bologna and Hellas Verona right now are the same. They're just as bad.
Exactly.
They drew just yesterday, I believe. They had a game together, Hellas Verona and Bologna, and they drew 2-2.
Yeah, Bologna haven't won a game in six games. They haven't won,
Mm.
and Las Verona also very. They also have a bad form. They haven't won also in a lot, even more.
Yeah, Hellas Verona started the season really good, but
8 games they
lately they
haven't
have
won.
been.
Yeah,
And the same with Cagliari. They started the season really bad, but lately they have been winning or drawing. Then they played against us.
yeah, yeah. So I think the Napoli will 100% win. Juventus will 100% win. But what do you think about the Atalanta game? What do you think?
Mm.
What are your predictions for that game?
I mean, we never know. We managed to beat Juventus 3-0. Even that was a tough game, but we still managed to win. So, but Atlanta lately, when we have played against them, it's been really tough. I
Yeah,
mean,
last time we
last
lost
time we
three
lost
0
3-0, but
Yeah,
we drew 1-1 before that, and we lost 5-0 just before Zlatan joined.
yeah,
So it's not an easy game. But one good thing is that this is an away game, and so that's one positive. The
yeah.
Cagliari game was a home game, and we have the worst home form since even that season. In like 5 years ago, we finished 10th. You remember that season?
Mm.
Even that season, we had a bit of home form. We have had 30 points in our home form this season.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
worse than that
what's.
season.
It's like San Siro is cursed when it's empty. We have to. I
And we
hope
have the
for the.
best away form in the entire. If we only count away points, then we're top of the table, above Inter. We would have won the league if all of games were away.
It's crazy that it's like that. That the home form is so terrible, but the away form is good. Like why? Why is it a fluke? Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. There's
we don't-
something.
we have only won 4 games away this or home this year.
Mm. Yeah, I mean the outcome if we win the game, Champions League spot, money for Champions League. Some players will stay, the ones that we want to stay. I mean, Donnarumma will probably stay, and I mean, it all depends on this game. A lot of the fate of a lot of players, the coach. I just hope that the players realize this and fight for the badge and really, really play good against them.
Hmm.
Who do you want to win? Who do you want to win the Coppa Italia final? Atlanta or Juventus?
I rather have Atalanta win.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Just because of this situation that we're in, I think if they win and
It's
they
not even
celebrate,
just about that. I mean, I rather have an underdog win than one of the big teams. And Juventus and Inter also Milan rivals, so I'd
but
rather
right
have
now
Atalanta win.
for this game, I think Atlanta are favorites to win.
Based on their form, and
Yeah,
but you never
exactly.
know in a final.
Yeah, I mean this game, the Atlanta game, I it also it will also it's so important that it will decide the fate of even Juventus players. Ronaldo, if
The
we will,
Atalanta game.
yeah, Milan Atlanta game.
Yeah.
If we win that game against Atlanta, it would also be. I mean, I don't think Ronaldo would stay in Syria.
But
If
also the Napoli game. I mean, if we win, the Napoli lose, Juventus could still get that Champions League.
yeah, but I don't think Napoli is gonna win
Well,
that game.
Napoli drew, have a
Uh,
draw.
I have a hard time seeing that. that Napoli will lose that game. I think Napoli will win. I think who is fourth right now? Napoli, right?
Yeah, Milan is third.
I think Napoli fans shouldn't be feel a lot of stress. They will get top four, 100%. It's on Milan or Juventus right now. It's Milan and Juventus. That's one of them is gonna lose out on top four. I just hope that it's Juventus, and I hope it really hurts them. I hope a lot of players leave in Juventus and they start rebuilding or something like that, and they buy Hakan from us. I saw a video today of Ronaldo's home in Turin.
Yeah,
He
I saw
had
that too. With
the
the
delivery,
cars.
the delivery truck, bringing all the cars in the delivery truck, like he's moving out. So maybe he's already decided. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I heard also a rumor today that you remember a couple episodes ago we talked about Icardi coming.
Yeah.
I heard more about it today.
Coming to Milan.
Yeah. He really wants to leave and he wants to come back to Italy. And Conte hates Icardi. He wants to come back to Milano. So the other team in Milano is Milan.
Or he might join Monza.
No, but I heard that the only problem, I heard that we want him, but the only problem is his salary. He wants like a 7 million something like that. So if he lowers his salary, he might come.
We will see.
That would be crazy. Is it anything else to we didn't predict the Atalanta game. Did we?
That's a tough game to predict.
I mean, it depends on what kind of lineup they have. Will they play with all their players, or will they play with like a B squad?
I think they will play with the same lineup they played in the last game against Genoa, because it's the last game of the season. So why not just play all? Muriel might be on the bench. But that's why he was on the bench against Genoa, because they were gonna start him against Juventus.
But I don't know if it's not that important for them. If they win the Coppa Italia final and the players are tired and it's the Euros and we even have Coppa America for players like Zapata and Muriel, will they go equally as hard on this last game, risking getting injured, just an unimportant game before Coppa America and Euros? I don't know. And talking about what's your prediction? Then we can talk about the upcoming Euros.
Predict 1-0 Milan.
I predict, this is gonna sound crazy, but I predict a 3-1 win for Milan. And why I predict that is because one thing about Milan is that we have a trouble scoring the first goal. But when we score, we usually score more.
A couple of, yeah.
So I think it's going to be tough in the beginning. It's going to be probably, I think Atalanta will go up 1-0 and then will equalize and then, or maybe it's going to be the other way around. But I think we're going to win 3-1. I really hope so. But talking about one of our players that missed the Torino game, Cagliari game, and is going to miss the Atalanta game, and is going to miss the Euros, Zlatan. You could see him standing on the sidelines against Cagliari.
Yeah, he looked disappointed.
Yeah, he looked. Yeah, he even left earlier. I saw, but it was like a one minute left, something like that. Yeah, he's gonna miss the Euros now.
Hmm. Yeah, I
I mean,
saw that.
this just proves that we have to how much why we depend on a striker that's young and experienced. Zlatan, I mean, he when he plays for us, he's good, but he can't go on like this. I mean, I hope he stays for a year. He has renewed for a year, but I
Yeah.
hope he can play for us and a couple of games and stuff like that. But I don't think he's gonna be a player we can rely on uh,
I mean,
anymore.
all our players we have played like 3 games more than him, but they
Yeah,
haven't scored even close as many goals as him.
yeah,
That shows the difference.
yeah. I think we should really buy a good striker, and maybe Zlatan can take over. Mandzukic leaves, and Zlatan can take over the Mandzukic role, where he's on
Mm.
the bench and he comes in because he's not capable of being playing 90 minutes either.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 years old. It's a lot. I think this upcoming season is going to be his last.
Yeah, but we say that every season, so let's
Nah,
see when
nah.
he ends it.
This time I think he's going to end it because he's not a goalkeeper. You can't. If he keeps going, he's probably going to go to
He will
a
end his
more.
career in the next World Cup in a year and a half.
But talking about an old player, did you see Buffon?
Yeah, he will leave.
He's
He will leave
leave
Juventus.
Juventus and he doesn't know if he's gonna play for another team. He's probably gonna play for another team.
He will probably go to MLS or.
I just have a question. Like, why doesn't he retire?
He probably loves the sport too much and he doesn't want to stop playing.
He can easily be a coach for
Yeah.
the future.
Or he just want to break another record, oldest player.
That ever played. Yeah, because that's why he came back to Serie A, because he wanted to break like Maldini's
And
record or something
he
like
has
that.
broken a couple of records this season. Just like a week ago, he saved a penalty kick. That made
Oldest
him
player that saved the penalty kick.
oldest goalkeeper to save a penalty in Serie A.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he's just gonna win the old player records.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we will see. Hopefully, we can come back next week and talk about the Champions League.
Or the Europa League.
I'm sick of hearing the Europa League song. I've almost forgot how the Champions League anthem goes.
We've been hearing the Europa League for 10 years now.
Yeah, I
Or
never
not
want to
even.
hear
We've been hearing the Europa League for 3 years. Before that, we weren't even in
we
Europe.
weren't.
We were 10th place.
But it's crazy that I know the Europa League song by heart. It shouldn't be that. I never want to hear the Europa League anthem. Having been in the Europa League for these past years has taught me a lot about teams that I didn't even know exist. That's the crazy thing. Yeah, but that's the thing. We will come back next week and talk about either the Champions League or the Europa League. It all depends on the Atalanta. We just the only thing we as fans can do. We can't be in the stadiums. Just be at home or in the bars or whatever you might when you watch the game. Just pray to God.
And just at this moment, Lazio is playing against Torino. So I'm hoping for a Lazio win. So Torino might get relegated in the next season.
Yeah, me too.
Because if Lazio beat Torino, then the last game is between Torino and Benevento. If Benevento wins, Torino gets relegated.
And then Inzaghi stays in Serie.
And Belotti leaves.
Yeah. I want Torino to also get relegated and Inzaghi to stay in the Serie.
Yeah, and a couple of days ago, Monza played, and they lost 3-0 in their playoff game. So they will probably not play in Serie A next season.
because they have us
They
home
have
and
a
away.
home away game, but in the first game they
Uh,
lost 3-0, so they're
Three
probably
nil.
out. The other team,
It's
Venice.
crazy that they couldn't come to Serie A with the players they have.
But I saw that they did not even play. They were on the bench. Balotelli and Boateng was injured. Balotelli was on the bench. He came in the last 10 minutes, and I don't know, he might have been injured or something.
Mm. What did you think about our new jerseys, by the way?
I think they are cursed. That's why we drew this guy.
I mean, it doesn't look a lot different. The stripes are different.
The shorts are black.
Yeah,
Before that we had white shorts, but now gonna have
and
black shorts.
the black stripes are positioned. They're not equally as big.
The different sizes, yeah.
They're different sizes. Yeah. I also saw that Juventus came with a new jersey. I never thought that Juventus would come out with a shirt that's uglier, but they did. They have two sponsors on their jersey now. But the sponsor is, I mean, it says Jeep. Then under that it says 4xe, and the 4xe is a Jeep model. So they're gonna walk around and play the next Serie A season with the Jeep model on their shirts.
Yeah. But isn't the owner of Jeep the same as the owner of
Yeah, it's
Juventus?
Agnelli Founder
Yeah.
is the owner, so that's why. Yeah, I just hope that
So
Milan
there's
doesn't.
probably some corruption going on while he's paying himself, so because financial
Yeah,
fair play, he could sign players.
that's really suspicious, though. A team that has their own sponsor, because that you can get the financial fair play. I think PSG has something like that also. You can just put how much money you want into the club. Yeah, our sponsor is gonna pay us 200 or something million out of nowhere. But I think, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for this episode. It was episode 15. We'll come back, and for the last episode of the season, and also during the summer, we will do some episodes here and there when we know more about the transfers and stuff like that. Yeah, for some Milan, and pray to God that we win on Sunday.
Yeah. Forza Milan.
Bye.
Bye.